Good evening, guys and girls. I am your voice of choice, DrMarxout, bringing you this week's edition of Remedy. We're kicking things off with a couple returns. There's going to be a lot of people we haven't seen in a while here tonight. And some people we've seen a lot of, some people we've seen too much of. We're seeing some things tonight. Welcome to the feed, Feck. You know I said your boys were going to be in action tonight. However, due to the fallout of Storm and the fact that Ray Damonio pretty much told Jimmy Havoc he's taking that option C, there was a bit of a change-up. That's the main event. Main event's going to be pretty dope. We'll get to that at the main event, though. Right now, we unfortunately have to get to the guy that's got more abs than I have dumb catchphrases. And I got a bunch. The Ohio Adonis himself, Jerome Alpha. I was going to come Jerome Alpha. Again, people we've seen too much of, Jerome Alpha. Jamal Atlas. Too many JAs in the company. I'm going to start firing people. I can't fire people, I just talk. Jamal Atlas, one of the more impressive rookies this season. His win-loss record may not say that, but dude's put on some burners. Winner of this match is actually going to be added to an 8-man ladder match, and our next supercard still hasn't now unnamed. This is one of the 3 spots that are left open right now. Our ladder match is going to be for the Head Hunter Championship. Still technically held by Jimmy Havoc, but he fully, properly cashes it in. I think we're actually going to let him walk around with it until the pay-per-view. Well, you guys got to earn that spot. Right now, the Pack, who are actually in action tonight against 2 champions ago. Guys can put your quarter up on the machine. Ford trying to put his quarter up. Actually opened up our season, our first edition of Storm. Trying to become the Headhunter Championship unsuccessfully. I've actually received word that our next pay-per-view is going to have about 18 ladder matches. There's not 18 matches in the card. We're not doing a 7-hour show, I promise you. But a lot of the matches are ladder themed. Atlas 404 to action is a go. So much goddamn ego in this match. Release German into the corner. 404 to his head in the back of bottom turnbuckle. Atlas, pound for pound, one of the strongest men in our company. 404, though, no slouch in the striking department. He's good at striking and speed, throws out that kick salvo. Back elbow. Staggering Atlas here. Big spinning back fist. Right back to the power game with that gut buster. Gets absolutely starched into the corner. Said pillar to post, 3 count. Gets out of the way. What is it, Steve? Go ahead, Steve. Hit me with something. Atlas trying to break the hand of 404 here. Say what you want about DJ 404. The man does have a big-time pay-per-view win against the GOAT. Also, might need dentures after that. Ducks one layer, catches the second one on the way back in. Alice collapsed on a 1987 body scissor. 4-4 gonna fight out for points to those elbows. Walks into a 4, pops it back up with the Enziguri. Winner of this match going on to that ladder match. I don't know the other names. I just know there's 3 spots open. I've heard talk that there's a couple Mayhem guys. There's an Ichinoku driver on the outside. That hurts. There's some hosses. It's mostly hosses. Big knee followed up by a double axe handle. Rolls out of the way of the stomp. Hits that soul kick down low to the guts. Ducks the line. Falls up with the wizard special. Move he did learn in his brief training at the Silver Dragon Dojo. I think he just kind of does it on a spite now. Bates Allison just to kick him in the guts one more time. Runs up with the Enziguri. Drop to the inside of the knee joint and keep the big man grounded. Drives that knee into the shoulder when it takes some of the power away from Alice. Brings him up just to play him with a knockout knee. That neck crank. 404 is arguably top 3 male strikers in our company. Kicks down low. Into the hammerlock DDT. Form to the face. Alex did not hook the leg, came back to blade and barely gets a 1 count. Atlas with the Olympic slam. Before he gets both feet under those ropes. Pops up into the dragon screw. Brings Atlas back to his feet. Sends him to the far side. Runs through with the knee stroke. Falls over the layout first DDT. Runs through with the knee strike. Modified method of mayhem. Al is busted open and out on his feet dead center. And 404 moving on to the ladder match. Looking to claim his first gold here. We are super ready for Opportunity Knocks. That's Saturday night? Sunday night? I know it's this weekend. Furthermore, Chip Stackworth in the feed. Commentator that flaps in the night and flaps something else by day. We're out of liberty to talk about that. Huge extension on the knee strike. H-I-Y-U-G-E. Huge. Saturday night for Opportunity Knocks. Thank you. Supernova Pro's next super card. We'll be getting at least one more other episodic shows this week, I believe. I know that was the plan. I know there has been some issues with the tech at Supernova. Speaking of Supernova, one of their own, Vanessa Delphine, now representing the triple threat, taking on former #1 contender Moira. Moira, who put on a damn good match against Callie Dane, and as luck would have it, did come up short. Put on just one of the most gruesome things I've ever gotten clips for. Her and Cassie Pandemonia had, I don't know what the hell they call it. Okay, Voltage Special Saturday. A replay. Okay, cool. Getting a Voltage replay. We like it. But her and... if there is a Muda scale to today's date, it might actually have to be renamed the Moira scale. It was bad. It looked like a Japanese gore film. There were weed whackers involved. I'm pretty sure there was one of those goofy barbed wire spider webs you see at some other independent shows. Jimmy Havoc's already said it was great. So it was good, wholesome family fun. If your family is the Manson family. It's Moira's match first back, I think, actually, since when Fluffy Bunny's attack. Akon's run. No. As luck would have, it was the last show she was at. She might have been in the match where... I think she was in the match where Chantel Taylor became the #1 contender? No, I don't remember. Speaking of your new women's champion, coming out here right after Moira. I don't think Moira sees her. Definitely sees her now. Snapmare down. Women's champ out here before her stablemate in the triple threat. I guess Taylor's habit of interfering in matches hasn't stopped. I don't know what her beef with Moira is. She has Callie Dane at her next pay-per-view. Callie Dane earned that #1 contendership by absolutely mopping the floor with Taylor before her title match. Moira trying to fight back here. No, Tay-Tay's our women's champion. She beat Iggy. Snaps in Moira with a neck breaker. Tay-Tay's absolutely our women's champion right now. I've been told one of the other ladder matches we're actually going to have at our next pay-per-view. Tay-Tay dropped to the Tornado DDT. Moira gets some measure of revenge, but by and large, Taylor, yeah. But Chantel Taylor and Callie Dane going to be throwing down in a ladder match to crown our new women, well, not our new women's champion, but to crown our women's champion. So we get two returns in this Blitz division matches. Phobos, who we haven't seen since the Cornet Cup. Space homie Mike Smith, who's been busy over in Hajime Puro defending that Super Junior title. And Sugar Dunkerton, who might be my favorite Blitz rookie. Gonna lock up in jockey for position here. Nightmare won that triple threat #1 contender match. That match will be held next week on Remedy. In an absolute last chance match between our current champion Eddie Matua and Nightmare. It's going to be a half-hour Iron Man match. The loser of that match can no longer challenge the other man who becomes the champion in any reign where that guy's got the belt. It will be the absolute last time those two can face each other under title conditions, I guess, for lack of a better word. We do still need a #1 contender for our pay-per-view. Winner of this match might be able to jockey for some position. I've heard talks that there's a couple other guys in mind from the brass. Things we can figure out before we get there. But before Taylor came out and interrupted that last match, I was talking about ladder matches at our next pay-per-view. Our women's tag team titles will be held in a Four Corners TLC match. Our current champions. It's cool. I try to forget about it too. I didn't want Iggy's reign to be that short. Space Homie, I think, right now has the third longest reign in Hajime Puro's Super Junior division. Third or fourth longest. I know that Yokai held that belt for almost 3 years. Hit his first reign, another 6 months in his second reign, some such. Jin had it for 200 days. I had a list somewhere. I don't know where it went. That sounds fantastic. Bolted replay. We got us a champion versus champion match. But on the topic of Taylor, her stablemates in the triple threat in that Four Corners Women's Tag Team ladder match. The other two ladies of lunacy, Breeze and Chip Stackworth's favorite women's wrestler, Mel Miller, representing Project Mayhem. Because goddammit, Bryce Warren cannot be the only Mayhem member with gold. I don't like it. And one other spot to be determined. Man, I've been a big mark for Phobos since last season. He is a former tag team champion last season with Nightmare before he kind of jumped off the bandwagon and went full bonkers. Nightmare, of course, not Phobos. Phobos has always been full bonkers. And the Funk Master himself, Sugar Dunkerton. Love this guy. I'm told there will be one more triple threat match to crown the #1 contender for the Blitz Division title. EVH, by being the man that did not get pinned by Nightmare last week, is in that match. That also sounds dope as hell. Palmer also trying to add back to Mayhem, trying to become a two-time Supernova Pro World Heavyweight Champion. Man, EVH, man, if the Fly and Mighty would have retained the tag team titles, I honestly think he would have been the guy to cash in on Daemonia, and I'm inclined to think he may have beat Daemonia at this point the way he's been wrestling. And Space Homie opens up with that drop salt right out of the gate on Dunkerton. Phobos right there to pick up the scraps with the Kawada kicks. I forgot what the hell I was talking about now. Dunkerton snapping off the right hand and then forearm. Dropkick absolutely shrugged off by Phobos. That shrug off those lefts from Space Homie. Can you be a southpaw from Canada? I think Space Homie's a southpaw from Canada. It's spiked in that spine buster though from Dunkerton. Of course, he's from like a different planet in Canada. Who are we saying is the GOAT here? Or are we just saying EVH is the GOAT? Because he might be one of the best things going right now. Phobos eats a sunset bomb to the outside. Space Homie Dunkerton back on the inside. Space Homie with the jawbuster. Phobos can't do that because his mohawk is 18 feet 10. Space Homie with the standing shooting star. Drops another one. Here's Phobos in the corner. Shoulder tackle to the guts. Runs through with the drop kick. Space Homie on some Martian fuel. Runs through with the basement drop kick. Catches Phobos with a kick to the guts. Oh, you better keep your boots laced up, because you and Bate got some work to do tonight to see if you can add to that. The one place you have not had gold, Mr. Walker. Phobos dodges the drop kick. Dunkerton throwing the rights and then a left hand, which is dodged by Space Homie. Runs with that Majorana. It's like he's seen a Simon Terra match or two. Space Homie back off the ropes. Hits that low blockbuster. Kicks Dunkerton down in the guts. Slingshots over into the guillotine leg drop. Space Homie trying to steal it. Broken up immediately by Phobos. Has a hold of the arm, wants to take that Deep Space 9 out of the commission. No. Run PGH has not been champions here. Bake was the Headhunter champion for like 2 weeks. That's been his only claim of gold so far here in Blitz. Iceman has not held gold here yet at all. Space Homie dumped on the back of his head with the German. Fun fact, Space Homie and Phobos were in a triple threat match last season that led to Mighty's coronation as the Blitz Division champion. I'm okay with that. Jawbreaker out of Dunkerton. Spinebuster for Phobos. Space Homie sent Stern person in the corner. Avalanche Northern Lariat. That's what you gotta do against someone that can do 14 backflips. Phobos catches the Yakuza kick. Dunkerton goes for the right hand, gets caught by Space Homie, rises up with the knee. Tilt twirl into the head scissor. Has Dunkerton up, drops him with the bangerang. I don't care if we're allowed to call it that, that's what that damn move is called. And Space Homie moving on. One more spot to be determined. At some point, those two need to have just a singles match. I don't think they've ever actually had one on TV. Dunkerton, though, looked very good until those last 18 seconds of the match. Space Homie to drop that satellite driver if we can't use the bangerang. Didn't even need to go to the 630 or the Deep Space 9. Are all the juniors just Wizard clones, Iceman? Is that where we're at now? As long as someone's wearing paint, they're a Wizard clone. Is that where we're at? Because we got two guys in paint right here. Is our current #1 contenders to the tag team gold, the Pack. Taking on the longest reigning tag team champions in our company's history, the Risen. Risen looking to get some sort of momentum going here. Kind of took the last few weeks off, trying to kind of just figure themselves out. They haven't been seen since when Fluffy Bunnies attack. I had to go back and figure out when the last time we seen them on TV. At least here. Yeah, I'm not hopeful for the Risen's chances. Pack are riding way too high right now. I've been told there actually is some turmoil in the Risen camp. I honestly think that's just partially because they don't handle losing very well. If they don't lose and then immediately come back and win gold everywhere else, it kind of throws off their whole mojo. And they weren't able to do much. Alex ever fell victim to the Northern Lights with a bridge. And just the hilarity in Victor Black's pupil being beaten by someone that's trained under Iceman with the Northern Lights bridged out. Long-standing history in the Triad. Even before my time a little bit. Of course you give that 3 okays up. Those look like okays. I don't know. It's kind of hard to read the Twitter feed from up here. Pack won that first Meat Mountain qualifying match, but then go on to beat the Monarchy at Akon's run. Now have a date with Destiny against Dragon Ascent. I mean, if they win the gold, they kind of got to. We would love to have them. I mean, our tag team division can always use some bolstering. I've actually heard talk of a couple of the teams that we've been scouting for next season. There's a couple teams in particular that I think the Pack might actually have a run for their money. A couple rookies that we're going to be putting through the work down in Blarney Stone. Maybe send them over to Hajime Puro. I've heard they're finally starting to get a tag team division put together. It's great. The company has tag team matches here and there, but they don't have tag team champions. Alex Sever on our left. Akaoni on our right. Inaugural Supernova Pro Cruiserweight Champions. Longest reigning BWO Tag Team Champions. Former Supernova Pro Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. They hold victories over pretty much every lineup of Project Mayhem. They hold victories over the Agents of Chaos. They defeated the Flying Mighty last year in our marquee pay-per-view, the Cease and Desist HD Remix. They beat Run PGH at our opening pay-per-view this season, as luck would have it. They won our titles off beating the Hollywood Heroes, who, as soon as they retire, they're pretty much first-year Hall of Famers. However, once it came to running into the Northern Lights suplex from godlike EVH, yeah, it's... The Risen have been on some other ish. Brickhouse and Stone debating who's going to get to kill the Risen first. We're getting Brickhouse and Akaoni lighting things up. Oni immediately gets caught with that gorilla press. Brickhouse showing that freaky strength. Kosaka Oni only weighs like 190 pounds, but we've seen Brickhouse do that to John Stone, so it just looks even more effortless against the cruiserweight. He spikes him with the DDT. Call over tie up. Oni right into the wrist lock. Risen have yet to lose a single, or not a multi-team match, but have yet to actually lose the match in just regular tag team setting here in Blitz. What would it do for the Risen to actually beat the #1 contenders here? Oni pops up the Frankensteiner. Reverse on the lip, Oni sent into the pack corner. Hard bounces right out, gets caught with the belly-to-belly on the way out. Looking to make the tag. Brickhouse right there to stop him. Brickhouse is huge, but he's tagging the big man of the team, John Stone. He's going to play his way up with the hip toss. Into the basement Enziguri. Oni is ridiculously quick. Scary in his striking game too, though. Up to the second rope, into the moonsault. Like so many other smaller wrestlers from Japan that wear that paint. Shades of the... I don't know if I call Muta the GOAT, the goatiest of the goats. But Muta's probably one of the best things ever to happen in wrestling, and I will fight anyone that tries to say otherwise. Muta and whoever you know. Now he's staggered completely with that big right hand from Stone. Stone with the decapitator. Puts his body right in the way so Oni can't get the tag out. Catches him with that overhead Baker toss. Oni now sent into the pack corner. Brickhouse brought in. First actual tag work in the match. Brickhouse right there, overhead belly to belly. Discus into the right hand. Oni leveled. Brickhouse right back to work with that strength. Deadlifts him into the powerbomb. Folds Oni in half. Apparently we're doing origami now. Folds him one more time. Oni's been catching a beat down for pretty much the entirety of this match to this point. Brought out of the corner with the alley-oop. Lowercase a, lowercase a. Huge double axe handle out of Brickhouse. Drops the elbow. Brickhouse violates Wizard Rule, gets caught. Oni looking for the German, gets shrugged off. I don't know what I would have done if I would have just seen Oni snap off the big German on the Brickhouse. That would have been great. Brown throwing those right hands. Yes, Brickhouse with the spear. Brickhouse still has the last name. We just don't use it most of the time. We are not one of those companies that makes people one-named. Brickhouse sits him down with that Uranage modified slam. I forget what the hell he calls it. Might be calling a victory here. Sever comes in level Stadius 3 count. Sever in the match for the first time. Gets dumped to that high angle belly to backdrop suit driver. What the hell? Back body drop. That's what it's called. Had a complete lapse on what the hell the move was. Now trying to create some separation with the jawbreaker. Floats over into the neck breaker. And then a backflip to show he's not dead yet. Mr. Brickhouse, pair of forearms. Ducks the line into the flipping Pele kick. Sever needs to get on that apron, and Oni needs to make the tag here. Apparently Oni thinks otherwise, runs through with a demonic combo. Oni feeling some kind of way here. Runs through with the demon knee. Back press dead center. Stone breaks up the cover. Oni right back to work with the elbow drops. Trying to drive the air out of the lungs of Brickhouse here. Oni needs to make the tag here. Gets caught that back body drop on the way up from Brickhouse. Brickhouse knows what's up. Brings in John Stone. Kicks Oni down low. Drops him into the shin breaker. Should also be noted that Brickhouse hit a spear successfully. Because we have to point that out every time it happens in a triad. Just like I gotta point out that Stone's face gets melted off of that Enziguri, and Alex Sever finally legal in this match. The power guy in the Risen. Runs into Stone with that forearm strike. Now into the crossface shots. Quick snap European uppercut. Stone disoriented, wanted to try to tag in Oni. This is not that type of match, sir. Sever not trying to work on the wrist joint of Stone. Has him up, drops him into the Sever ties. Apparently when your teacher is the most evil man in the company, all the companies, you apparently can lift a guy that weighs twice as much as you do. Stone, though, not finished. Big jackknife powerbomb. I'm good with it. No, I did not know that, but I'm always down for a Roots reference. Especially if it doesn't have to involve Jimmy Fallon. Stone standing in the Risen corner. Oni guillotine leg drop from the wheelbarrow position. Back press hooks the leg. Brickhouse breaks it up at 1.5. Oni trying to get it right back. And the Risen, their first match back since dropping the straps, beat the #1 contenders. Brickhouse hit that next movement. And he would come back, hit the demonic combo. Also wind it up and crank out that demon knee strike. Several would hit several times, but watching him do that to Stone's just freaky strong. Risen would then drop the end of everything. I don't know if that's actually what they call it. I've heard they've been bouncing names around. What matters most is, though, if they call it a victory. I did hear they were bouncing that name around. I actually might have to go with that one. But yeah, I want to say that's the first televised time they've hit Night of the Living Dead. So we move on to our co-main event of the evening. Our current, reigning, defending, Triad Wrestler of the Year, Blitz Wrestler of the Year, our World Heavyweight Champion, Ray Damonio, taking on the man that took Jimmy Havoc to his limit at Akon's run, Kersey Ramon. Ramon would come up short against Havoc, as pretty much everyone else has done. I don't know if Damonio is using this just to kind of scout. We love Kersey Ramon, man. We gave him his shot. Like, he ran into the wall that is Jimmy Havoc right now, and Havoc is kind of on a Damonio style run right now. The only reason Havoc's losing his title is because Damonio pretty much challenged him. I wouldn't want to fight Ray Damonio. I also don't want to fight Jimmy Havoc, but Damonio wants to fight Jimmy Havoc, and I think Havoc wants to fight Damonio. Somebody's going to die in that match. Speaking of Havoc out here, Damonio got in a cheap shot on Storm. Havoc retaliating here. World champion, though, not going to give up. Fights back with that forward low kick. Now bouncing Havoc's head off the concrete. Champion still has his crown on, still wearing the vest. Havoc wanted to get in that cheap shot, it's now getting that work. Drop kick dodge by Damonio. Snaps off a short arm lariat. Damonio curb stomp onto the concrete. Ironically enough, that's actually the move he used on Mighty to bust him open last time someone tried to option C him. And for the first time all season, somebody has gotten the best of Jimmy Havoc. So we now move on to our main event of the evening. 8-man tag team action. The winning team, we're stealing the high-class scramble here. Winning team will go on to face each other in another tag team match. The winning team of that gets the last 2 spots for that Headhunter title. The Monarchy being represented here tonight by Talbot Winchester and Sterling Tip Danbury. Since Talbot is out with a rib injury, they're teaming up with Run PGH against the Highlanders in the New Gentlemen's Club. There's going to be about 1,800 pounds in this match. I've been using 18 a lot. There's going to be a lot of big-ass hosses in this match. To steal a phrase from Mr. Stackworth.
That's a lot of beef.
This one not elimination. First fall to a win. Bake the only man in this match that's held gold in Blitz. Bartleby last season's Haas of the Year by virtue of winning the Vader Memorial Battle Royal, which we will be hosting again this season. Oh, we're just getting... Okay. So apparently we're getting straight into this Bake starting things off against Gregor Erskine when PGH actually beat the Highlanders to become the #1 contenders before, as luck would have it. So there is a little bit of history between Run PGH and the Highlanders this season. Not a whole lot. Over the shoulder gutbuster, and the Monarchy made their debut by attacking Izzy Wrecked and laying out Nigel von Bartleby, so there's actually history on all sides of this match. First, I'm going to bring in his partner, Angus Fenwick. And Bake gonna tag in Danbury here. See what these two can do together. Fenwick up. Just to get rocked with the spike powerbomb. Stackworth, I'm sure you've got 1,500 facts because Iceman's been wrestling for 1,500 years. Bake's been wrestling about a third of that. Danbury laying in the boots to Angus Fenwick here. I don't know if it's Beard Envy. I don't know if that's just classism. Fenwick getting absolutely worked on by STD right now. Fenwick finally going to get up out of it, sweep the leg. Angus in the very bad neighborhood, sends STD cross corner. Winchester going to distract the ref. Fenwick off the ropes. Runs through with the hip attack. Yeah. Bartleby in. No love lost between these two. Runs through with the shoulder tackle. Bay comes right back in. Big lariat. Staggers Bartleby, not dropping though. Bake goes for a rare drop kick. It's absolutely knocked out of the air. Gets leveled with the shoulder tackle from Bartleby. That fact also helps with the fact that, as I mentioned, Bake is the only other champion in this match. He's the only other man that's held gold in the digital triad. Bartleby introduced. I was going to say to the corner, but no, Bake just hangs him up on the top rope. Sends him far side. Lucha bump in the middle. Looked like Winchester wanted to drop the bridge. Bartleby caught himself. Sends Bake far neutral corner. Runs through with the hip attack. Bartleby, the biggest man in the match. Bake dropped to that hot shot. drops the weight up across the lower back of Bake. Has an outstretched big heart punch. Going right back to work on that lower back. Now gonna put in that work. Has Bake in the Steiner recliner. Bake sweeps out the back, picks the ankles. Flips that right forearm. Gets caught with almost, looked like Bartleby wanted a lariat, just turned into a haymaker. I'll try and take the Steel City lariat out of the equation. Bartleby work on the lariat arm. And dropping that knee to the lower back one more time. As Bake looking at his partners, just drops that weight again. Bartleby's upwards of about 390, almost 400. Bake throws everything he's got into that haymaker shot. Bartleby still on his feet, gets sent. Gets caught with the kitchen sink knee. Bake can hold on, deliver another one. Now snaps off the Russian leg sweep. Even though Bake's not Russian. Bartleby gonna bring in, Bartleby. Bake gonna bring in Iceman here. Hit the sweet and sour combo. Iceman at the back press. And a whole bunch of mix-up. And run PGH. Iceman was in the match for 8 seconds. Pinning Bartleby, so it'll be run PGH versus the Monarchy. Iceman tagged in to deliver sweet and sour, and that was it. %90 of the people in this match didn't even get to see action. Allies tonight. Come next week, though, there's a title shot on the line. And that's actually going to, that's, Iceman don't get paid by the hour in multi-man matches. He either just doesn't show up, or he just comes in to win. But for all of your winners and losers tonight, for Ray Damonio, showing that Jimmy Havoc is still partially human. For Space Homie and DJ 404 punching their tickets to #1 contendership matches. Actually, 404 bypass #1 contendership. He's just in the match for the title. But for the Monarchy and Run PGH, Allies tonight will butt heads in a week. I have been your voice of choice, Dr. Marxout. We are signing off. Keep your eyes on the feed for Supernova Saturday, taking the day over. Opening it off with a Voltage Special Edition replay early in the day, finishing it off with their next Supercard. Opportunity knocks later that night. We will see you later in the feeds.